Kensington Palace has just broken its silence, officially confirming what royal fans have suspected for years about Princess Charlotte's public role. After months of viral rumors and mounting speculation, the palace has revealed the real reason behind her limited appearances. And no, it's not health, scandal, or secrecy. This long-awaited statement ends the mystery, rewrites the narrative, and shows the royal family has been playing a much more deliberate game. Shocking confirmation from the palace. In a move that stunned royal watchers, Kensington Palace released an official confirmation in July 2025, directly addressing long-running rumors about Princess Charlotte's limited public appearances. Palace statements rarely respond to online speculation, which made this moment extraordinary. For years, particularly since 2022, fans have questioned why Charlotte, now 10 years old, appears far less frequently than expected at royal events. This time, the palace didn't deflect. It clarified, and that alone made headlines across the UK, the US, and Europe. The confirmation followed weeks of viral speculation across YouTube, TikTok, and X, where videos questioning Charlotte's absence gained over 8 million combined views in under 30 days. Hashtags like #WhereIsCharlotte and #PrincessCharlotte. Mystery trended repeatedly between June and July 2025. Royal commentators noted that misinformation was spreading faster than official facts. That growing pressure is what finally pushed the palace to act, carefully but decisively. What made the statement even more dramatic was its tone. Instead of vague reassurance, palace officials used direct language. They acknowledged public curiosity, confirmed that Charlotte's visibility is intentionally limited, and rejected claims of secrecy or exclusion. A senior palace source described the rumors as well-intentioned but misguided, emphasizing that no crisis existed in 2023, 2024, or 2025. For an institution built on silence, this was unusually open. Royal fans immediately noticed the shift. Commentators on BBC, Sky News, and Marie Claire UK described the confirmation as a narrative reset. The palace wasn't just answering a question, it was reclaiming control of a story that had drifted too far online. And with that single confirmation, years of confusion surrounding Princess Charlotte's public role were finally addressed head-on. Once the palace broke its silence, attention turned to the most important question of all: why? If Charlotte's absence wasn't caused by illness, scandal, or restriction, then what was the real reason? Royal watchers began re-examining her schedule, her age, and her schooling. The answer, it turns out, is far more ordinary and far more intentional than the internet ever imagined. The real reason Charlotte has been seen so little. The palace confirmation made one point unmistakably clear: Princess Charlotte's limited appearances have nothing to do with health. In response to rumors circulating since early 2024, officials stressed that Charlotte has not faced any medical issues, emergencies, or hidden concerns. This clarification directly countered claims spread on YouTube and other platforms that suggested otherwise. The palace called those claims entirely untrue and rooted in speculation, not fact. Instead, the real reason is strategic and simple. Charlotte is 10 years old, currently enrolled in full-time schooling, and not a working royal. According to the News International, palace aides confirmed that education and routine childhood development are the top priorities guiding her schedule in 2025. Unlike adult royals, she has zero formal duties, no obligation to attend ceremonies, and no expectation of regular appearances. Officials emphasized that Charlotte's role today is fundamentally different from what it may be in 10 or 15 years. In modern royal planning, childhood visibility is carefully limited to prevent pressure, burnout, and public overexposure. This approach reflects lessons learned from previous generations, particularly during the childhoods of Prince William in the 1990s and Prince Harry in the early 2000s. The palace is determined not to repeat those mistakes. By confirming this, the palace effectively closed the door on months of online gossip. Charlotte hasn't been kept away. She hasn't been sidelined. She's simply being allowed to grow up. For royal insiders, this explanation wasn't surprising, but the decision to say it publicly was. And that's what made this confirmation so powerful. Even with this clarity, one mystery still lingered. Fans pointed to specific events where Charlotte did appear, yet her name was missing from official records. If she wasn't restricted, why were some outings seemingly erased from royal documentation? That question fueled some of the loudest speculation. The palace's answer reveals a deliberate strategy few outside royal circles fully understood. Why some appearances seemed restricted. One of the biggest sources of confusion involved events where Princess Charlotte appeared publicly, but wasn't listed in the court circular, the official daily record of royal engagements. The most cited example came during the UEFA Women's Euro 2025, when Charlotte attended a match alongside Prince William. Fans quickly noticed that her name was absent from formal listings, sparking claims she was being excluded or quietly restricted. According to the News International, palace sources have now explained that these omissions were intentional, not accidental. When Charlotte attends events informally, as a child, not a representative, her presence is sometimes left unrecorded to preserve privacy and flexibility. This practice has been used selectively since 2021, especially for royal children under age 12. It allows them to attend events without turning every outing into an official duty. The palace also acknowledged that unlisted appearances can create surprise and reduce media pressure. By avoiding advance confirmation, crowds are smaller, security risks are reduced, and Charlotte can enjoy the experience more naturally. Officials emphasize that this is protection, not limitation. In fact, they described it as a privilege of childhood the palace is determined to preserve in 2025 and beyond. Once this explanation surfaced, the narrative shifted. What looked like restriction was actually discretion. What seemed like absence was careful choice. And for royal watchers willing to listen, the message was clear. Princess Charlotte's visibility is being managed with intention, not secrecy. The palace didn't hide her. It shielded her. With the confusion finally cleared, the palace has drawn a firm line under months of speculation. But this confirmation also opens a bigger conversation about how royal children are presented, protected, and prepared for the future. In the next section, we'll explore how the palace approaches royal childhood today, and why Charlotte's story reflects a much larger shift inside the modern monarchy. How the palace handles royal children. Publicly. Not all royals are treated the same, especially when they're still children. According to Marie Claire UK, the palace has long maintained a rule: young royals are not working royals. That means they're not expected to appear regularly or fulfill obligations like their adult relatives. Princess Charlotte, still only 10 years old as of 2025, falls squarely into this category. Her public life is carefully curated and deliberately limited. Behind the scenes, Prince William and Princess Catherine have worked hard to balance Charlotte's royal identity with a normal upbringing. Royal aides confirmed that this includes everything from school drop-offs to privacy protections. Sources say their goal is to avoid overexposure, a lesson learned from earlier generations of Windsors. In 2023, 2024, and 2025, the couple reportedly rejected several invitations for Charlotte to appear at public events. This isn't unique to Britain. Other European monarchies follow similar models. In Sweden, Princess Estelle, future heir, only appears a few times a year. In Norway, royal children are seen even less. Experts say the goal is simple: delay pressure until adulthood. That same logic applies to Charlotte. Every appearance, from Trooping the Colour to charity visits, is chosen carefully. No one wants to turn a childhood into a job. Palace officials now say Charlotte's path is being charted slowly, intentionally, and privately. She is being introduced to royal life in small doses. According to insiders, this approach has been consistent since 2018, when she made her first high-profile appearance at Prince Harry's wedding. It's not about hiding her, it's about protecting her for the long run. This measured approach goes hand in hand with something even more important to her parents: education. As royal fans questioned her public absence, few realized how central school has become in shaping Charlotte's current role. In the next section, we dive into the importance of her academic life, how it shapes her schedule, and why the palace believes learning is more valuable right now than public attention. Education is a top priority. Among the many reasons Princess Charlotte is rarely seen in public, one stands above the rest. School comes first. According to the News International, Charlotte is currently enrolled at Lambrook School in Berkshire, the same private co-ed institution attended by Prince George and Prince Louis. Her school week is full, with activities, lessons, and extracurriculars that mirror any well-rounded student's schedule. Palace aides say academic consistency is the family's top priority. In contrast to senior royals like King Charles or Princess Anne, royal children don't have year-round duties. Their job, as one official put it, is to grow, learn, and build confidence away from flashbulbs. That's why Charlotte was absent from events like Royal Ascot 2024, despite speculation that she'd attend. Simply put, her schedule followed the school calendar, not the royal one. Her daily life, insiders say, is structured and intentionally grounded. She reportedly takes part in after-school clubs, music lessons, and charity projects, all without cameras present. Her parents have also prioritized a no media at the gate rule since 2017, working closely with the press to preserve boundaries. This privacy has allowed Charlotte to build friendships, confidence, and independence, things that aren't visible to the public but deeply important to her development. By stating clearly that school outweighs appearances, the palace sent a broader message. Charlotte's future matters more than her photo ops. And for a generation of royal children growing up in the social media age, that message may be the most powerful form of protection. It's not about denying the public. It's about giving a child the chance to become herself before she becomes a figure. But this strategy didn't unfold in a vacuum. It also came during one of the most difficult chapters in Charlotte's young life, her mother's health battle. With Princess Catherine undergoing cancer treatment, the family made a deliberate choice to shield the children even more. In the next section, we examine how that moment shaped Charlotte's public role, and why privacy became more than policy. It became personal. Family support during Kate's health journey. When Princess Catherine revealed her cancer diagnosis in March 2024, the nation responded with shock, sadness, and overwhelming support. But behind the public message was a deeply personal adjustment, especially for her children. Princess Charlotte, then 9 years old, experienced a dramatic shift in home life as her mother began preventative chemotherapy. In those months, the palace quietly removed all 3 children from public exposure to focus on healing, family, and stability. Charlotte, along with George and Louis, reportedly spent more time at home in Windsor and on private visits to Anmer Hall. School remained constant, but public life disappeared entirely. During Easter 2024, Trooping the Colour, and even the King's birthday celebrations, Charlotte was not included. Palace insiders now say that decision was about cohesion, not withdrawal. The family stayed together, present for each other, and out of view. This period was also when online theories about Charlotte's absence began to escalate. Some speculated she was being kept away for secret reasons. Others guessed disciplinary issues or deeper problems. But now, the palace has firmly stated these rumors were completely false. The absence wasn't about restriction, it was about family unity during a crisis. And Charlotte's low visibility during this time was part of a loving, protective plan. By publicly connecting Charlotte's quiet presence to her mother's health, the palace aimed to shut down damaging speculation and restore dignity to a personal family decision. As one royal source told BBC News in July 2025, this was never about Charlotte doing less. It was about her doing what mattered, being with her mother. That quiet act of love spoke louder than any appearance could. The confirmation helped silence rumors, but it also reframed the entire conversation. What some fans saw as restriction, the palace now calls selective growth. In the next section, we explore how one word, restricted, created confusion for years, and why the palace is now determined to replace it with a different, more accurate term: intentional selection. The difference between restricted and selective. For years, online commentators used the word restricted when talking about Princess Charlotte's royal appearances. They questioned why she was rarely listed in the court circular, why she missed certain events, and why she wasn't photographed as often as her brothers. The assumption was that something, or someone, was limiting her access. But now, Kensington Palace is changing the language and the narrative with one key distinction. It wasn't restriction, it was selection. The palace statement issued in July 2025 clarified that Charlotte's public outings were never withheld. Instead, they were strategically chosen, with input from Prince William and Princess Catherine to match her age, schedule, and comfort level. Events like Trooping the Colour, royal christenings, and occasional sporting events offered low-pressure, family-based visibility. Other events, particularly formal or late-night affairs, were intentionally skipped, not because Charlotte was barred, but because she was being protected. Palace spokespeople also stressed that this strategy isn't new. It's part of a broader shift in how royal children are raised. Since 2011, when William and Kate married, there's been a consistent push to let royal children develop their identities privately before entering public life more fully. Charlotte's situation isn't unusual. It's consistent. Her moments in the spotlight are curated to feel natural, not forced. By redefining this public understanding, the palace effectively ends the theory that Charlotte has been sidelined or excluded. "We do not restrict," one royal aide told Marie Claire UK. "We select carefully, consciously, and always with long-term well-being in mind." It's a subtle shift in language, but one that finally explains years of confusion with clarity and intention. So what does all of this mean going forward? If Princess Charlotte hasn't been kept away, but carefully introduced, where is that path leading? What kind of royal future does she face? And what are the palace's plans for her young adulthood? In the next section, we explore what this new clarity reveals about Charlotte's long-term royal trajectory, and how her few but powerful appearances may be shaping something much bigger. What this means for Charlotte's future role. With the palace now confirming that Princess Charlotte's public role has been intentionally paced, experts are reassessing what this means for her future. According to Marie Claire UK, insiders believe she is being prepared for a meaningful but flexible royal role, one that reflects her position as second child of the future king. Unlike her brother Prince George, she will not inherit the throne. But that doesn't mean she won't carry royal weight in the years ahead. This deliberate pacing mirrors the strategy once used for Princess Anne, who gradually stepped into royal life through selective charity work and ceremonial appearances. Experts point out that Charlotte's rare appearances, such as at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in 2022, Trooping the Colour 2023 to 2024, and sporting events in 2025, were all highly impactful, generating massive positive coverage and public affection. Less frequent, but more memorable. Royal commentators now view this approach as reputation building. By avoiding oversaturation in childhood, Charlotte may be positioned to become a powerful figure in her 20s and 30s, should she choose to embrace royal duties. This strategy also gives her something no royal spare has had before: the freedom to walk toward duty, not be pushed into it. That shift could define how royals are groomed in the future. Most importantly, the palace's confirmation ends doubt about her capabilities. Charlotte hasn't been held back. She's been set up. Her intelligence, poise, and confidence in recent public moments show promise. If she steps into royal life more fully in the 2030s, she'll do so with a solid foundation, a supportive public, and a family strategy that respected her pace. That's not restriction. That's readiness. The palace's honesty sparked more than just relief. It created a full shift in public perception. Where there was once curiosity, there's now clarity. And that shift could be felt instantly online and in the media. In the next section, we examine how fans, press, and royal commentators responded to the statement, and why Charlotte's story is now being seen not as a mystery, but as a model. Public reaction after the palace confirmation. The reaction to the palace's July 2025 statement was swift and overwhelmingly supportive. Within 12 hours, hashtags like #Charlotte, explained, #Princess Charlotte Update, and #LetKids. BKids were trending across X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Royal fans shared side-by-side clips of Charlotte's past appearances, praising her charm, maturity, and confidence. Comments poured in from around the world. "This makes sense now," one fan wrote. "She wasn't missing. She was being protected." Several commentators who had previously speculated about Charlotte's absence quickly retracted or revised their claims. On platforms like TikTok, creators posted apology videos acknowledging they had jumped to conclusions. Others thanked the palace for finally offering transparency and giving the public something many had longed for: a clear, calm explanation. It was rare, but effective, and it changed the tone of the entire conversation. In the media, coverage followed suit. Outlets like BBC, People, and Sky News praised the palace's clarity, calling it a strategic reset and a well-executed moment of truth. Even tabloid outlets softened their tone, shifting coverage from rumor to admiration. Charlotte's handling of recent appearances, especially her confident behavior at Trooping the Colour 2024 and her smiling cameo at the Euro 2025 football match, were reframed as signs of emerging strength, not hidden stress. The shift was powerful because it did more than just address a rumor. It restored trust. Fans now understand the strategy. They see Charlotte as a protected child, not a sidelined princess. And they view her future with interest, not doubt. In a world full of speculation, one calm confirmation brought real clarity, and perhaps even admiration for how the palace handled it. So where does Princess Charlotte go from here? With the confusion cleared and the strategy now public, what will her role look like in the coming years? In the final section, we look ahead to the carefully planned moments the palace may have in store, and how Charlotte's evolving royal presence could become one of the monarchy's most powerful new chapters. What comes next for Princess Charlotte? With the narrative reset and public understanding restored, all eyes are now on what's next for Princess Charlotte. According to palace insiders, fans can expect more carefully timed appearances in late 2025 and into 2026, especially around major family milestones and national celebrations. Events like Remembrance Day, Trooping the Colour 2026, and the next Commonwealth Youth Summit are being considered for potential Charlotte cameos, though nothing is confirmed. What's certain is that her visibility will grow slowly and intentionally, not overnight. Sources say Charlotte will begin shadowing her parents at small-scale engagements by the time she turns 12 in 2027, giving her gradual exposure to the responsibilities she may one day inherit. But the palace remains committed to protecting her school schedule, keeping most of her appearances limited to school holidays and key public moments. This new phase reflects a modern approach to royal duty, one that prioritizes individual growth over tradition. Unlike previous spares, Charlotte is being raised with options. She can choose how deeply she engages with royal life, based on interest, confidence, and capability. And if early signs are any clue, from her poised wave on the palace balcony to her polite behavior at public ceremonies, she's already proving to be a natural. Ultimately, the palace's confirmation did more than explain Charlotte's past. It set the tone for her future. Fans can now watch her journey with excitement, not confusion. And the royal family has shown that transparency, even when rare, can quiet the noise and let the truth speak. For Princess Charlotte, the story now shifts from why she wasn't seen to why she's one to watch. According to the palace, Charlotte's rare appearances are part of a carefully designed plan to prioritize privacy, schooling, and a normal childhood. She hasn't been excluded, she's been shielded. Events were selectively chosen to avoid pressure while nurturing her future confidence. The palace confirmed her public life will grow, but only on her terms. This one statement flips the story. Charlotte wasn't missing. She was being prepared.